The snows fell steadily, laying a cold blanket on top of everything it touched, and bringing with it the muffled quiet you experience with fresh snow, as if someone turned the world's ambient noise down to a dull roar. Tahoe was getting some very much needed snowpack. They're saying this is the snowiest winter season Tahoe has had in almost 50 years. That's not to say that we don't get lots of snow. We do, but normally it's in heavy bursts, followed up by many days of sun and bluebird conditions. Consecutive steady storms like this are uncommon up here, at least as far as I've experienced in the last 18 years. And they bring with them the promise of lots of fun, but obvious challenges too. Our plans for leaving the basin this weekend got moved for us when we woke up and saw that the storms had effectively shut down the lake. As you may have seen on the news or social media, the roads were treacherous and there were lots of cars up here with nowhere to go. To say it was dangerous driving around with others would be an understatement. The plow crews needed time to catch up from this recent dumping of snow, and local businesses were digging out too. So we pivoted our plans to spend our day getting out and enjoying our backyard as best as we could.
Alrighty, time to make some coffee, get everybody up and running. Yes. I'm up here at our good friend Katie's house, just dropped her off to pick up snowshoes and a couple eggs. We're gonna go have breakfast down at our place. So yeah, breakfast, and then gonna go out and snowshoe in this craziness. Because what else are you gonna do when all the roads are closed? So that's the plan.
We kicked off the day with a nice brunch and made a loose plan on the fly. Since most of the resorts were closed, we figured a day around town with the dog would be perfect. The storm had really done a number on everything, because as we headed towards East Shore, a tree fell in front of us in the road. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and we stopped and I jumped out to help move the tree off the road so no one got hurt trying to drive around or through it. We headed towards Sand Harbor to maybe go in there and take pictures and hang out, but even they were digging out and no one was allowed in. We drove down to the lake and parked at the beach so Roka could finally get out and get some exercise after being snowed in for the last few days. This was the first break in the storm, and it felt good to get out and stretch our legs a bit. Roka was especially stoked to be on the beach playing, as she ran around trying to find sticks, but most of them were frozen to the ground. All right.
Very icy.
Making it nice. Cocktails?
Yeah, we'll make an ice luge out of it.
Yes!
After goofing around and taking tons of pictures of the lake, we decided to avoid frostbite and headed back to the car to warm up. Roka proceeded to pass out in the back seat, while Ash and I wandered over to the other side of the beach to jump in snowdrifts and try to feed some birds.
Chilly.
Oh, I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Look at the storm coming in now. It's so cold.
We walked around and watched as the next edge of the storm rolled in and figured we should maybe go to our local public house for a snack, and probably a beer.
Getting out.
Getting out.
Where are we at now?
It's time for a snack and probably a drink. After our snack, we headed back to drop Roka off at home to let her continue her post-beach Zoomies nap, and walked over to the brewery's production spot to meet up with some other friends. After a while, we wandered home after some more laughs and jokes and started making a light dinner. Since we treated the whole day as a high school snow day by hanging out around town, we whipped up some throwback comfort food in the form of crispy chicken and fries and a side of broccoli.
First inning.
Then, we played Monopoly Deal, one of our favorite card games to play at home or on the road, and then Mario Kart on Switch to wrap up the night. We count ourselves lucky that our Trapped in the Basin experience was as nice as it was, since we know that not everyone had such a peaceful time being snowed in. Blizzards and heavy storms are no joke, and shouldn't be treated as such. But if you do happen to get snowed in, and you have the things you need to stay warm and have some fun, you may as well try to do just that. It's times like these that you are reminded by nature to slow down and appreciate where you are. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Until then, cheers, y'all.